Greetings, community. It's Kevin of NCBD and Comics, and I'm here to bring you another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day 125/23. Well, hey everybody, welcome. It's uh, it's that time again, and the list, well, the pool of books is rather large once again. So I say we just get wet and jump right in. Starting off, we're going to head over to Marvel. Well, Marvel, I have to say, you're kind of the smaller of the list today. That being stated, let's go ahead and list the 4 books from Marvel that are on my most anticipated reads from them. Starting off with Doctor Strange, Fall Sunrise, issue number 3. Trad Moore, in my opinion, I think people are going to look back at Trad and kind of call him the um, kind of like the psychedelic writer slash. I mean, I know he's starting to write, but artist of our time. I mean, he's kind of a Kirby, and I dig that. So, every time I see almost anything from him, I pick it up. So, this being that I'm also a Doctor Strange fan is by no exception, which is definitely why it's on my list. Moving from Doctor Strange, Fall Sunrise, issue number 3, we're going to cruise over to Midnight Suns, issue number 5. This finishes out the series. Um, I've been enjoying it. I had no real, how should I say, high hopes for the story. I wanted to enjoy it, being that it was based and just formulated around a video game. I mean, I figured it'd be kind of just basic. I really thought it was cool, man. So that's why it's on my most anticipated read to finish this out. So Midnight Suns issue number 5 tomorrow, 125/23. We're gonna cruise over to Amazing Spider-Man issue number 18. I really am enjoying this run. We're 18 issues deep, coming tomorrow, and for me, I mean, it's been rather consistent. So that's why I've been really enjoying this read, and it's pretty much almost been on my anticipated read every month. Moving out from Amazing Spider-Man issue number 18, we're gonna cruise over to Thor issue number 30. Now, this, in contrast, has been a really up and down journey. There's been times that I've really been enjoying this, and there's been times I just been scratching my head going, wait, what? However, that being stated, now it's back on my most anticipated read. So, issue number 30 from Marvel of Thor 125/23. Cruising out from the Marvel side, we're going to go over to DC. DC, you're looking thin for me on this week, thank God. We're only looking at Punchline, the Gotham game, issue number 4. I like what Punchline's doing. I love the fact that she's carving out her own little niche. I enjoy the fact that now she's got a couple of little of these minis under her belt. Skirt? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And every time I've been enjoying this run. Every run that she's been in, everything she's been doing, I'm a Punchline fan. Sue me. So that's why Gotham Game issue number 4 is on my most anticipated read for tomorrow. Well, one of them. Moving out from DC, we're going to go over to Ablaze. Ablaze. Now, if you're not reading Boogeyman, you're kind of missing out. I didn't realize how extensive this run would be. In my opinion, people are going to be looking back if they're into floppies, and they're going to be looking for issue number 1. It's really readily available out there. And now that we're getting to issue number 5, this story has been one of my most anticipated reads every month. This story keeps getting deeper and deeper into the heart. You're falling more and more in love with the characters, and it just gets kind of creepier and creepier. The story gives you a little bit of an adventure in there too, so it's just been really an enjoyable read. Moving out from the Boogeyman from Ablaze, issue number 5, we're going to cruise over to Keen Spot. They have a title called Bonnier Aromatic, and it is wild. The cool thing about the lead character in this story is she's up against wizards, witches, demons, goblins, zombies. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. And her weapon of choice is her body odor. It's so cool. So if you're into, loving the laugh, Body Aromatic is definitely a title that I recommend you look into. So issue number 4 comes out tomorrow, and it just keeps getting funnier and better every time. Cruising out from King Spot, we're going to cruise over to Image. Image gives us a few titles that I've really been looking forward to, one of which is Junkyard Joe, issue number 4. This title keeps getting better, and it pulls harder and harder on the heartstrings. Um, yeah, now that we have a neighbor involved and we're seeing more emotion in these stories, yeah, this is a really great story. I think Geiger, in its own right, was awesome. I just believe that this offshoot, Junkyard Joe, is just for as few issues that has already been out, is just sitting so much heavier as far as a read, and the enjoyability is just so much more that yeah, every month I've been looking forward to this. Cruising out for Junkyard Joe, I'm going to cruise over to Philadelphia. Well, we're on issue number 27 now. So for those of you that have been reading this, or we're getting into the solid 2.5 year deep, yeah, this world is gnarly and big and scary, and now every decision is not a simple one. It's very complex, and it just no matter what you do, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. And being that you're a vampire, you're kind of damned. So it's just been really wild, and I've been enjoying this read. And now that this world is just as large as it is, it's just, can we adapt this thing to a film now? Because damn. All right, moving on from Philadelphia, issue 27, to cruise on over to Plush, issue number 3. This is a sick story and really cool. At times, it's really what it boils down to. It's one of those dark humor tales that, like, you're just cannibalism. Really, is that where we're at? So, yeah, Plush issue number 3 is just, if you're into this Doug Wagner type stuff, which he's done, plastic. What did he do? Vinyl in the past. There's no reason why you shouldn't be picking this up. So it's pretty high on my list of my most anticipated reads. Plush issue number 3. Cruising over from members, we're going to move over to Scout. I think my dog wants my attention. You went outside? Come on. You want a treat? What's going on? You want money? All right. Scout. This is my favorite bunny story. Mr. Easta. This guy is an intergalactic assassin, ranked number 3. And I think the number 1 is got it out for him. So this has been a wild story. Kit Wallace, you're killing it. This is my kind of humor, my kind of story. Very dark, very funny, very venturesome. And it always kills me with the art because you expect something fluffy and it is far from it. So Mr. East issue number 3 is definitely my favorite buddy story. Moving out from Scout Comics, we're going to cruise over to Boom. Boom gives us, well, 2 titles. One of which is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Volume 2, issue 2. Damn. Thank you. This can't get any better. I'm if they keep doing this once a year, every other year, I don't care. Keep doing it. I'll keep buying it. I love this shit. This is so awesome. This is a crossover that was definitely for me. This is my era, my time. Just everything fits, and the way they tell the stories are cool. So it's been very enjoyable. The first volume, and for the second volume, which admittingly I just now got my box for issue number 1. I'm dying to get into both. So Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 2 comes out tomorrow, and it's definitely high on my most anticipated reads for tomorrow, 125.23. Now, cruising over to 2, definitely way high up there, is Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, issue number 3. I love how this is written. It's eloquently written in a simplistic form that allows you to breathe in what you're kind of reading and really appreciate every breath. And it's just a wonderful journey that allows me, as you see with my list that I have a wide spectrum, and it allows me kind of almost to clear my palate from either a hardcore horror or something that's just out there and funny and just stupid. It's something that allows me to kind of bring back almost like I don't know, like a novel or something else where it's just kind of on that neutral level. And what I mean by neutral level is just everything about it I appreciate. I'll not sit there and evaluate, judge, or anything. I can just allow myself to be immersed by it. So, Once Upon a Future, did I just say that? Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, issue number 3. is definitely on one of my high ranked anticipated reads for tomorrow. Moving out from Boom, we're going to cruise over to Dynamite. Now, Dynamite, you guys are killing me. Every time I turn around, every other week, every third week, you guys keep putting out a title that I can't, the ability to refuse is not there. So I'm picking up more titles when I'm really trying to shed. Without sniveling too much more, let's list. Starting over from the Dynamite side, Cherish, issue number 3. This is a great tale. I mean, it's not for everyone. It's again, like I said, it's another one of those palate cleansers in a way that I know what to expect from it, and I enjoy the journey. So, an individual that's just seeking out a simple form of vendetta in a very complex world of villainy, money, corruption is just awesome. So, yeah, Cherish issue number 3. It's pretty cool. Moving on from Cherish, we're going to talk about Darkwing Duck issue number 1. Darkwing is back and released by Dynamite. Along with Gargoyles and other stuff, these guys keep putting out, stuff from my younger brother's childhood, which I was buying all this stuff and enjoying with them. So yeah, this stuff just tugs at the strings of my youth and nostalgia, and I can't help it. So much like, yes, Darkwing Duck is what we're talking about. Gargoyles in the past, where it has like 1,000,001 different covers, pick your flavor. You won't be disappointed. Speaking of Gargoyles, Gargoyles issue number 2 comes out tomorrow also, coincidentally. And also, like Darkwing Duck, has 1,000,001 uh, covers with it accompanying issue number 2. So, whatever, again, your flavor is, pick it up. Do recommend it. The beauty about Gargoyles issue number 2 and definitely issue number 1 is you don't have to have any understanding of the past Gargoyle story. If you don't know anything about the mythos, the past storyline, you get caught up really quick by issue number 1. I mean, by the second page, you know what's going on. That's pretty well written. So Gargoyles issue number 2 is pretty high on my list. Moving out from Gargoyles, we're going to talk about Ninjets issue number 5. What's beautiful about this story is I keep laughing every time I keep turning the page. And at any point, I'm waiting for these chicks to take each other out, which we've seen some things happen. I'm not going to ruin it, but you don't know what's going to happen every time you turn a page. And that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy Ninjets. So in Ninjets issue number 5 is really high on my most anticipated reads for tomorrow. New comic book day, 1/25/23. Excuse me. All right. Siren's Gate issue number 3. K-M.A.R.T has been, I guess, wanting to release something that I believe he solely approves of. And I believe, in my opinion, the only way he was able to do that was not only do all the art and control everything, but the writing as well. So it was interpreted, I guess, more with the streamlined idea of what was in his head. I'm enjoying it. I'm digging it. The fact that we get these painted style art and a whole book and not just a cover from Shannon, I'm in. The fact that the actual storyline is pretty cool and there's some pretty neat depths in the sense of, yes, there's multiple things going on with this fairly simple, storyline to follow. It's definitely enjoyable. So I recommend it. And I've been anticipating it every time it comes out, even though we're on only issue number 3. So Siren's Gate, issue number 3, is definitely high in my most anticipated reads. However, moving over to IDW, my most anticipated read and my blue light special for tomorrow is, well, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Last Ronin, Lost Years, issue number 1. There's a signing event happening with Mr. Eastman and Mr. Lance that I'm dying to go to. Not only that, when the original Lost Ronin first came out, this was on my anticipated read for a while. Not only that, I remember talking to Kevin at the last signing event at Golden Apple, and he was hinting some of this stuff to me. And I kind of deduced what we were talking about, and I was talking to other people. being that it was a story that was so long in the taking, so long in the crafting, they released the Nash can. It was kind of somewhat, let's call it, rejected in the sense of what they thought popular demand would be. It was redone. The fact that it was so meticulously held together and put together and released only when it was felt that it was proper. Same goes for this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle last run in Lost Years was, I guess, properly waited until it was properly put together until it could be released to this day. I'm looking forward to talking to Kevin and just trying to extract how this came to be and how it was again to work with Tom. So yeah, TMMT Last Ronin Lost Years is my blue light special for my most anticipated reads tomorrow, 125.23. And that's it for me, Entropy. And you guys stay well.